Hey guys, it's a holiday, so that means I have more time in my hands. I'm here to speak about animations, not football. Today I want to dedicate this live stream to animation. Animation is one of the things that I do, not just as a hobby, but as one of the many things that the Lord has enabled me to be able to do. And so just wanted to speak about that today, being the first video I've ever done regarding this subject. It's an amazing field, very challenging field nonetheless. I've been in this field for a few years now, I think 4 years running. Yeah, but the desire to always do animation has always been there. It started almost over 10 years ago, and thank God I am able to do it currently. First of all, allow me to thank you guys for liking my page, Hanimations, on Facebook, and also following me, subscribing on YouTube with the same name, Hanimations Productions on YouTube. It's been an amazing journey having you guys, and it means a lot to me, the fact that I was able, the page has been able to grow to now 400 likes. I wouldn't have done this without you. I'm here to say thank you for being part of this growth, part of this journey. It hasn't been easy, but it has definitely been worth it. I still ask you if you've not liked the page, to like the page on Facebook, Animations, and also to follow me on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, Animation Productions, and also you can follow me on my personal handles, Hansel Oyango, throughout all platforms. I don't use pseudonyms. My names are good enough for all platforms. First of all, allow me to tell you guys about the project that I've been working on for a while now. It's called Project Lights, inspired by the scripture in Matthew that says, "Let your light shine so bright that when men see your good works, they glorify your Father in heaven." At the beginning of last year, as I was doing my devotion, I was rereading this scripture. I had an epiphany, a moment of let me not say brilliance, but a moment where an idea popped up in my mind that how about I do an animation about lights. Yeah, and so with that scripture backing, I was able to start that project. It's been running. It's a 5-minute project, I think, but it's taken longer than it should have taken. Life happened, and so that made the project drag. The reason why I'm speaking about this project is because before the end of this week, I will be releasing that project. Finally, I'll be releasing that project. It's taken more than a year. I think it started in February last year. Yes, so it's taken slightly a year or so, but it's been an amazing journey. I've learned a lot. It has stretched me, and until now, I've been able to do it. I'm just a few matters away from finishing it. I'm just doing the final post-production matters here and there, adjusting a few things here and there. Then I'll put the background music and also the sound effects, the fall effects, and then after that I will release it. I'm kindly asking you to please keep waiting for it, and when it comes, my desire is that you share it so that the message of the cross that is shared in that project goes abroad, goes wide, goes all over the world. I'm highly depending on you to do this for the project. Besides that, I'm here to speak about animation, just to encourage anyone who's out there who wants to be an animator. It's been a journey for me, the desire to be an animator. I've had an artistic background, a bit of an artistic background. The primary school I went to, we used to participate in art here and there, and so art has always been a major part of my life. Though there was a hiatus from the moment I went to high school. I went to was not really keen on art. Then after I cleared high school, I did a few acting and directing here and there. So art has always been part of my life. But when it comes to animation, like I said, it's a desire that started around 2010, I think, when now I was getting to know the things that I desire in life better, more and more. But it didn't quite take off till about 5 years ago, when I was able to get my own computer, which was stolen. And so after a few months, the computer was stolen. It was stolen and I was moving out. And so all those projects went, and then I had another 1 year hiatus without doing any project because I didn't have a computer that was able to do animation. So with that, I put my plans on hold till I got another computer. So I got the computer that I have currently. I think I got it about 2.5 years, 3 years ago. So it has enabled me to get back to animation. It's an amazing field, but these are some of the pointers that I've been able to pick over the few years that I've been involved in this field. First and foremost, to be able to succeed as an animator, plan well. Yeah, that might sound like a cliche, but I would tell you to plan well. Make sure that you plan well. At the beginning of the project, you need to have a rough idea of what the project looks like. It's not just about building as you go, but having an idea of how the end looks like, how the beginning looks like, and a rough idea of how the in-betweens also look like. My encouragement to you is that write things down. Write the should I call the landmarks down? Put the landmarks down. Put the timelines down. Plan. Say this. How long can this be realistic in your planning? How long can this project run? How long should this project run? What are the things that I need? Whom do I need to involve in this project? The project that I worked on didn't need so many people to work on it. So after I'd written down the script, which was not a very detailed script, it was just a single character voiceover script, and that enabled me to know how many characters I'll need, how many people I'll need, how many voice actors I'll need, and so on. And then after that, I had the storyboard. Storyboard is very important for animation. Most of the time we try to skip storyboard. It is very important, not just for animation, but any film production. You need to do storyboard. It is paramount. It is part and parcel. What is the storyboard that will give you an overview of how the project will look like. You'll be able to know what scenes and how many scenes you need and how many camera angles you need, and things like that. The other thing which is very important I need to talk to you about is staying on course. One of the reasons why there are not so many animators, especially in our country, Kenya, is because animation is a very frustrating, let me say frustrating, it is very frustrating industry. Why? Because it is tough. It takes time to develop. It takes patience. It takes a lot of resources to do, which sometimes is not very kind on the animator. You'll have sleepless nights. I guarantee you that you will have sleepless nights. There are days I get to the computer at 8, and when I lift up my head, it's 4 a.m. in the morning, and I'm like, where did I lose time? And I've not even finished a scene. Yeah, I'm not even done with the scene, and I go like, my goodness, what did I get myself into? So when you stay on course, it helps you to work faster and also to achieve more. Part of the things that keep people not to stay on course is having so much going on in your life. Like when I was beginning this project, I had a lot. early last year, I had a lot of things going on. Not just at work. I had school going on. I had family matters going on. I was on a lot of transitions. Last year was a year of transitions for me, and one sometimes I would get off course, but I thank God that after I'd settled, I would come back on course. If you think that things are overwhelming you, it is always good to take time away from the project and deal with those things, then come back. It is better to do that way than trying to run the project concurrently with the issues that are going on, because animation is time consuming, it is resource consuming, it is emotionally indulging. Sometimes you'll feel like your life is just boring because you wake up, it's the thing you do, go back. Like today, it's a holiday. I'm supposed to be resting, and I'm here. I've been doing this. I've been trying to run this project, which I'm hoping will end up. Will be finished by the end of this week. The other one is you need to be patient. Like I had said, I've had the desire to do animation for at least 10 years. And it took me about 6 years to start doing. I think 5 or 6 years after the days I started desiring to do it. So it really takes a lot of patience. It's to get here. It's taken me at least 10 years, because I didn't have the resources. I didn't have the skills. I just had the desire to do it. Yeah. So be patient. Some projects will demand a lot of your patience. Not some projects. As a matter of fact, all projects. When it comes to animation, all projects will demand you to be patient and to really have it together so that you can move on. If you're not patient, if you can't be patient, this is my advice: don't get into animation. This thing needs patience. I was looking at how the animation crudes was created. From the moment they had the idea of creating crudes to the time they released crudes, it took them 5 good years. 5 good years, and I'm like, seriously, 5 good years and by the time they were releasing that animation, the work was amazing. The work was amazing. It's a journey that will call on you to be very patient. So my advice to you, if you're not patient, if you think that you're not patient, please don't become an animator. Please don't. Yes, please don't. The other one is stretch your knowledge. Unlike other form of video production, where you can learn quickly, you can learn things faster, animation does not work that way. Animation takes time for you to develop a skill, for you to develop to be good at something. It takes time. Till today, there are things I have not mastered. It's been 4 or 5 years into this, and there are things I can clearly tell you I have not mastered. And every day I learn a new thing. So it is up to you to stretch your knowledge. It's not just about you knowing how to draw, but knowing how to tell a story with your drawings, knowing how to use shapes, knowing how to use colors, knowing how to use sound, knowing how to use all the other elements, music, yeah, knowing how to do recording of voiceovers, knowing how to script. It needs you to be able to do what? To stretch your limits when it comes to knowledge. Don't think that the way you did it last time is the way it will work for this other project. Always try something different with different projects. Yeah. So those are my sentiments regarding animation. As I said, I will encourage you, if you've not liked my page, please like my page and subscribe on YouTube, because this coming week, tell your neighbor, this coming week, we'll be releasing the project Lights. Otherwise, from me, I wish you a happy holiday. Hope you have a productive week and generally a productive life. If you are an animator that has just begun, if you put the 4 things, the 4 things that are spoken about: planning well, staying on course, being patient, and stretching your knowledge, I guarantee you, as the scripture says, that he who has begun a good work in you, he is faithful to bring it to completion. God bless you. Have a fruitful week.